Hey, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Amanda.
I'm Hannah.
And I'm Kathleen.
And this is the federal election edition of Beyond a Ballot, powered by DoorDash. Hello and welcome. I'm Hannah Thibodeau, and it is Lucky 13. 13 days until Election Day. The unlucky ones, probably the party leaders who are cramming for the back-to-back debates in Montreal. Now, it is debate prep, but not to worry. They're also managing to squeeze in their daily dose of campaign promises. So let's start with Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre. He rolled out a plan to crack down on scammers from preying on seniors. Rachel Siegel, the message, fraudsters beware.
Yeah, I love this one. And I always love a good senior policy, as we've talked about. But Pierre was talking about protecting seniors. We've all had people in our lives that have had calls, and I don't know about you, my mom's called me and said, this person called me from the bank. I'm not sure if it's true or not. And I say, no. Do not give them your banking information. So this is a way for the Conservatives to reach out to seniors in this country. It comes off of the heels of another seniors policy that he was talking about a couple of weeks ago. And so a lot of interest in that 65 plus demographic for the Conservatives. He is talking about increased fines, but also some jail time for people that go and try and defraud seniors. So very tough on crime. And again, nice to have another senior policy because we don't always see them.
Okay, if it didn't just apply to seniors, I have fallen for those scams in the past. Just admitting here. Yeah.
Fair.
Ask my husband. He doesn't let me respond to emails and stuff without his proof. Yeah, I'm not so smart when it comes to those types of things. Just admitting it. If it happens to you too, trust me, it happens to me. Let's move on. The Liberal leader, Mark Carney, pledged a new benefit for mid-career workers in sectors like manufacturing, healthcare, construction, tech, and AI. Amanda Alvaro, tell us more about this benefit. And also, I'm hearing rumblings that the full Liberal platform is getting dropped on Monday.
Yes. No, I don't know that for real. I just made that up. I hope it's being dropped on Monday. And I think that we're all looking for that because I think we talked about this last night. Actually, we were on CBC and we talked about the fact that a lot of women make up their minds in the last couple of weeks of the campaign, and what they really want to do is look at the policies and review the policies and analyze them as they come out. And I think having those platforms available is so critical for that. So, okay, back to Mark Carney. So Carney was talking about skilled trades. He was talking about skills training, was building on an announcement that you may remember that they made about $8,000 for skilled trade workers to create more training opportunities for high paying careers in their trades. It was a build on that. This one was providing up to $15,000 for workers in those priority sectors that you mentioned: manufacturing, healthcare, construction, AI. It makes it so that they're able to, at this mid-career point, up their skills. I think that this is such an important announcement. So important, in fact, that seems to be resonating. The Carpenters Regional Council, which represents over 50,000 skills trade workers from Ontario to BC, also endorsed Mark Carney today for Prime Minister. So a little bit of good news on the back of that announcement.
And Kathleen Monk, Jagmeet Singh was in kind of attack mode today. He was slamming the Liberals for walking back their capital gains tax hike. What was his focus on that?
Yeah, so he's in Montreal and basically saying, if we want to have the programs that we believe in, if we want to build a country that is strong and economically prosperous, the ultra rich should pay their fair share, right? And how do we do that? Well, the Liberals in the last government had introduced a capital gains tax. The Conservatives voted against it. They don't mind if the rich get off without paying their taxes. They don't care. And Jagmeet Singh had a really simple offer to Canadians. Does it make sense to folks that the folks that flip burgers, or flip tables in terms of waitressing, have to pay
flip tables,
100% tax on their... Okay, let me finish.
Sorry, Kathleen. I'm feisty today.
So is it fair that somebody who flips big burgers pays more tax or like a more higher percentage on their income than does someone who is ultimately like a millionaire or even a billionaire? And it doesn't make sense. If you're flipping stocks, you only pay 50% tax on that, on the gain that you've made there. But if you're flipping burgers, you pay 100% tax on your income made. And that's just not fair. And so that's what he was saying today. He was saying, let's, reevaluate our tax system. Let's make the rich pay their fair share, not more than they have to, just their fair share. And he was pointing at the capital gains tax for sure.
Campaign call out time. And I'm going to go Amanda first today.
Okay, well, Rachel's not going to love this one,
Oh,
but
oh.
my campaign call it is for a story that came out today. As we know, one of the big attacks from the Conservative Party has been around Carney, the fact that he was chairman of Brookfield, the association with Brookfield, and some of the concerns that they have with Brookfield. And then, what happened to some of our favorite Conservative MPs today? 7 revealed in disclosure reports that they actually own Brookfield. Dun dun dun. They own it, and which charged no corporate or capital gains taxes. And while they owned it, what did they do? They were all over X. They were all over Instagram. They were posting about how heinous and awful it was. This is my call out to the party. Listen to me. If you're gonna go after the big guy, make sure that your people are squeaky clean. This one comes back to bite them in the butt. I think that this one is a hard workaround. And the fact that they refuse to answer any questions or respond to any inquiries about it today, not a good look for our friends in the Conservative Party.
Not the only one who's feisty today. Let's go to Kathleen next.
Oh, I had a rebuttal.
Okay, so I wonder if my campaign call out even kind of meets the rules of campaign call out, because I'm not calling out a campaign. I am calling out the debates commission.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
I am so infuriated with the debates commission. Like they, I've got so many gripes, but I will just pick one today because I am time limited on our short little podcast trying to get the information out there to our listeners. And the thing that I want to point out is the top third issue, always in the 1, 2, or 3 spot for Canadians, is always healthcare. And guess what is not on the topic for debates? Healthcare. Not there. So not there on the French night, not there on the English night. They're not talking about healthcare. And I just left a conference of hundreds of healthcare workers and people work in the healthcare policy space. And do you know what I did, Hannah? I got out my little pad and I gave them all the address for the debates commission. And I said, email the debates commission. If you have waited in the ER for your kid, if you are waiting on a wait list to get your knee replaced, if you have had trouble accessing the healthcare system, then please email the debate commission and tell them that healthcare is an issue that Canadians care about it. And our leaders, no matter what political stripe they belong to, should be talked about it, should be asked the hard questions, and should be talking about it on the national stage.
What is the email, Kathleen?
So boo, debate commission, boo.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's like, I think it's info at.
Oh, never mind. We'll come back to that one, Kathleen.
You're going to have to Google it.
Yeah. Google it.
You'll have to Google
it.
We will post it. If you go to our stories on Instagram, we will post it because I'm with you, Kathleen.
Yeah.
I should have redone my campaign call it. That's a good one. It's such an important issue for women in particular, healthcare access.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that it's not a topic on the debate stage this week is egregious, and we should all write that email. Let's write that email.
Yeah. For women.
Mind-blowing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I hear you on that one. I was going to go off on another rant, but I have to stick to time too. Okay, Rachel, it's your campaign call outs.
Well, I thought Kathleen was going to steal mine mine's also about the debate commission because
let's see if I know what you're talking about.
As we found out today, the Greens, I'm actually going to give the Greens the shout out because they were able to play the game so well that they are now allowed to debate on that stage, despite the fact that they did not meet the criteria to do so. And here's why that's frustrating. Because when you go to the ballot box, there's multiple parties. There's the main parties, but there is rules that allow for criteria of who can debate in that federal debate. And I don't think that it's fair that they make an exception for one and not all. And so on one hand, I'm all for democracy and it's great that they're included. But if you're going to let them be included, why not open it up to everybody and have a 25-hour debate? Because that's what it would be. And so I'm also giving a shout out to the debate commission and a shout down. My thumbs are down right now. On the Carney,
yeah, thumbs
down. Should we just leave it there? Should I respond to Carney and the conservatives?
No, you've got, you know what? Go for it. I am
Brookfield.
loosey-goosey today.
I don't think we get rebuttals. Do we get rebuttals?
Here's my one line.
If we get rebuttals.
One line.
Rachel first, and then I'll see.
At least we know that they own them, unlike Mark Carney, who has yet to disclose anything that he owns. Canadians have no idea what's in that man's portfolio, unlike opposition MPs who are forced to disclose and have, let's see what Mark Carney has in his bank account.
Amanda, you do get quick rebuttal, and Kathleen, yes, quick.
Well, they don't disclose how much they own, Rachel. As you know, they just disclose that they own it. But I think it's a little rich to go after somebody, to attack them ruthlessly against a stock that you actually own, that you bought into because you think it's so excellent, so key to your portfolio that you need to own it, but you're going to attack it ruthlessly. That one's rich. I don't know that you win that argument.
Kathleen, 10 seconds. Okay, we lost Kathleen, but when has she ever ceded her ground? She does right now. I am going to take that time. Yeah, cliffhanger. Stay tuned for tomorrow. Kathleen will reconnect. She's only in downtown Ottawa. Don't know what happened, but that's all for today. Tomorrow, it's the French language face-off, and we will be back to talk about that and maybe a zinger or two en français. Hope you'll join us. See you then.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Thank you for listening. New episodes come out daily, and you can find Beyond a Ballot on Instagram and wherever you find your podcasts. A huge thank you to our title sponsor, DoorDash, and sponsors Equal Voice, Page, and Canada Powered by Women for making this election special possible. Speak to you tomorrow.